the day of space, where I tell you all about space, basically. Now, there's still these wonders and mysteries of our universe, but what if there is more life out there? More life than we could ever imagine. If you are on, I don't know, watching a DVD or watching Facebook videos or watching YouTube videos, you could probably never see a video, or even watching TV, Brian Cox. But they never tell you anything that I am about to tell you now. Watch The Day of Space, and you will know some of those secrets that you may never know. This is the only time you will hear the information of our secrets, the secrets of space and time. First of all, this is a documentary, so we have to tell you about space. But we're not just telling you about space, we're also telling you about the Earth. How the Earth is shaped as a spherical thing. It spins round, it rotates, and it goes round the sun. It takes 365 days to go around the sun, or if you want to be scientific, 365 days and a quarter, and then it makes 366 days when it's a leap year, because it's 4 quarters every 4 years. Now, this is a globe of our world, and we are filming now here. But we are filming in Cardiff. Now, Cardiff is where everything is, and this is our Earth spinning around. You can look at all the countries on a globe. It is so well done. But we're not just talking about the Earth, are we? We're talking about space. But first, I would like to just say one more thing about the Earth. Is that there's not just the Earth. There's also a moon that goes round. Now, we'll talk about it later, but could there be another moon on the Earth that might be hiding, or it might be too small to see? But is there one more moon? I don't know. The sun. That sun is a bit of matter. It's a bit of heat. It's a bit of heat, but not a little bit. If you went about, I don't know, miles, about 1,000 miles away from the sun, even more than that, you would, well, actually 1,000 miles is a kilometre, but more than a kilometre away, you would get zapped, and you'd be over and done with. Rockets have gone on the moon. They've launched probes and robots and stuff. They never actually got something to the sun. Imagine if we could send a craft to the sun. How amazing would that be? And if it survived, and especially a probe, because we could see what was out there. And look, even if I put my hand over the top of my sun, you could still see loads of light. I mean, I covered it up from all angles. You can still see the light. This isn't the sun, of course. This is just a model of the sun. I got this from Sainsbury's. No, not really. I got this from IKEA. It's really good, actually, but it's a metanizer. And a metanizer is something that is powerful and strong. Now, there's also something called a red dwarf, which lots of people say is very similar to the sun. Now, red dwarf is a program, I know, but red dwarf is also a kind of ball of heat as well. Now, people always say white dwarf, but especially my dad, but he doesn't know what white dwarf is. But white dwarf is kind of like it says red dwarf, but it's a lot brighter. Now, if only we could get the real sun here, and if I could just touch it like that. But I can't. because I'd be dead if I was here. I'd be dead if that was the real sun. This is just a model. There is lots of heat on this, but I'm protected by some plastic gloves. But all the light goes through my hands, even if I close them up. You can't actually see this thing properly, but if you did, you'd be blinded. Because if I look straight down at that, I can't see out of it, because that is just as bright. It's not as bright as the sun, but it's very bright. Now you know what the sun's like in Red Dwarf, and you've learned a bit about Red Dwarf and White Dwarf. Let's get off the sun. Let's get on some other things. We'll go on the boring moons. Earth, sun and moon. How boring. There's planets and galaxies and black holes out there. Let's explore those, shall we? Aliens. We'll start with aliens. Now, aliens could be anywhere. They could exist, they could not. Imagine what happens at, I don't know, 4 o'clock at night, or 5 o'clock. Maybe a UFO might go straight across the sky. There's people at the pubs at that time. They might be coming out of the pubs, maybe. There might be people out there looking up at the sky. But they might send, I don't know, forget missiles or forget beams into their minds, so they forget that they even saw the aliens. But aliens might have been seen. Could they have looked like this? Or this? Or this? Or maybe this? Or this? No, that's a dog. Maybe this? There's another dog. Maybe this? Surely that. Maybe this. Maybe this. And maybe this. I'm getting bored of all these alien things. Maybe this. And finally, maybe that. They could be anything. They could be absolutely anything in our creation. I mean, you've got dogs there. You even had a human being there, but animated. The aliens might be animated. They might look like that. Now that is a human. A human being. But never mind, because that's all you need to know. Aliens might exist, aliens might not, aliens might come to Earth. Aliens might have left your home, but they might have arrived there. You might have aliens in your home, but watch out, because they might not be friendly all the time. Oh, hi, I was just reading this book, and it's just about amazing facts. Nothing about the Earth, but there was one thing that did amaze me. It did say Easter Islands. If aliens exist, Easter Islands might be on a planet. Something's been found, apparently, a bit like Mars. It's been a bit on Mars, a bit like it, but especially, and it must be made out of gas, but there was something that looked like it on Saturn. Now, I really don't get why they find it on Saturn. There must be a gas version of it. Maybe all the gas from Earth came onto it and shaped back into it, but it couldn't stay on Saturn. And it was found to be on there. Also, it was found on the moon. I could put that. But, well, if things from Earth could have been there, I've got a question I would like answering. Is there any sporty objects that have been sent up there? Now, I'll get back this book because it's quite an interesting one. And I'll just have a look. But as of course in there is nothing. I know you can't see very well, but I tell you for sure, there is nothing in there about sports. I don't know. There you are, about sport. Let's have a look. Ah, here we are. A golf ball was hit into space. A football was whacked into space. Oh, and there was also a basketball that got shot into a hoop, bounced really hard onto the ground and got bounced onto Mars. So if you go to Mars, there might be a basketball on there. So that's that bit of my documentary. I took you up high because if you were in the sky and you were looking down, you would see something. You would see Earth. Now, this isn't what it would look like, but it's nice to just have a little picture on a similarity look of what it would look like. This is what it would look like in perspective. Really though, you would see half of it coming up, spinning around, but you might not even see it spinning around. But this is space, this isn't Earth. To look up at Earth from space would be amazing. It would be an amazing sight, I'll tell you that now. But what it would also be is a dangerous sight. Because if you always had a rocket looking out the window, looking at Earth down below, you might be also seeing a family member. And you might also be seeing an alien. Yes, we are talking about aliens again. But I think that's it for aliens actually. There's no more about there's not very much more about aliens, but maybe there is more. Maybe you can find out by Brian Cox if you think he's better than me. But maybe you should have a go. Maybe you should just believe someone for once. Yeah? Yeah? Our show is coming to an end now. Got about 2 more things to tell you, 2 more subjects. The last one is about the moons. But this one is about galaxies and black holes. A galaxy is split into 4 groups. You can have a swirl galaxy. You can have a Christmas galaxy, which is a French word for domination galaxy. I don't know what it means really. You've got a straight galaxy and you've got a whirly galaxy. Now, I would say a 5th one, which is a chocolate bar, but never mind. At the edge of a galaxy is a black hole. Now, a black hole is a burnt up star. And it could be a tiny mini star, but a star that might be just the size of a house, that could be the size of Earth. It's amazing, isn't it, what a black hole could do to a star. Now, it's a long explosion of a star. You never see them, but at the edge of our galaxy, we have a black hole named Sirius. Now, Sirius is our best pal. Not really. Black holes suck in matter, and they disintegrate basically. So you wouldn't really want to get sucked into a black hole, and neither would your 3DS. So I wouldn't do it if I were you. Hi. Finally, moons. Moons! You think we've got 1 moon. Mercury, we know for sure it's got none. Venus may have a tiny moon that actually could be literally the size of a pea. We've got Mars, which has 1 moon, I think. We've got Earth, yours truly. We've got Earth, which has 1 moon, we think, but there might be a 2nd moon. The 2nd moon they call Titan. Now that we all think that's we all think that's Saturn's moon, but we know for sure that Titan is definitely not with Saturn. It's either with Earth, Mars, or Jupiter. Saturn has 46 named moons. Some people say it's got 18 moons altogether, but it has 60 over. But there's 40 named moons. 46 really, but there's 45 now because Titan is not part of Saturn. Maybe part of Earth. So, scientists suggest that there's also other thing, Pluto. Pluto is a planet, but quite recently it's been registered as a moon. Why would Pluto be registered as a moon? The guy is named Tom Dadworth, and he killed Pluto. That's what his nickname is, the man who killed Pluto. Pluto's not a planet anymore, it's a moon. So, anyone who says there's how many planets there are, there's 8. But we thought there was 9, but there's 8. So, don't get fooled by Pluto being a planet. So if you ever wanted to know about space, I think I've told you enough, really. If you think Brian Cox is better than me, I'm okay with that. If you think anyone's better than me at telling you about space, I'm alright with that. I just think, because I have checked with Neil Armstrong I've checked with his secrets that he saw in space and that I know of now, his secrets. But, well, if you think someone else is better than me at telling you about space, I think you're wrong. Because I'm the only person to get the secrets of the first man on the moon.